Don't worry for poor people. Don't worry for poor people. Only rich people get on. Only rich people get on. Don't worry for poor people. Yeah.
Hi. Welcome to another episode of Self Chaos. Today we're gonna be doing a reaction video. So it'll be Chaotic Reaction episode 7. And it's gonna be a reaction to a cruise video. I think you guys know the cruise channel, right? Should be familiar with the cruise channel by now because I have pretty much done. I think one of my most viewed videos on the channel was a cruise channel debate. So the title of this one is pro-life versus pro-choice activists see eye to eye. So it's pretty much one pro-lifer versus 20 pro-choice activists, I guess you could say. So I'm not going to waste time. We're going to get right into it. We'll take a break and then we'll pop right in. We're just going to go in. I don't really want to... I think if you've been watching my videos long enough, you'll know I'm a pro-choice advocate. I understand the reasonings of pro-life, but I'm very much for pro-choice. I will just watch the video and I guess my reasonings will come out while I'm agreeing or not agreeing.
When you know you are poor, why are you having sex? There's something called abstinence.
The video already started crazy. If you are poor, why are you having sex? It's giving eugenics. It's giving only the rich are allowed to have babies. That's what it's giving. Only the rich are allowed to have a family. The rest of us poors, the rest of us brokies and wages, just all we need to do is just go and work in factories and die in those same factories. We don't need to be reproducing. No one needs us to do that. That's what it's giving.
People have always been having sex. People still have sex and you cannot stop it. The only thing that you can do is share awareness.
So you're telling me your whole life you want to abstain?
Yes, you can
So
abstain.
you want to tell me right now that I have not before?
When it comes to some things, your choice will not matter.
Some things like what?
When it comes to a life, human life,
It's so sad because like you're a babe. Like I did not expect this from you.
I am putting myself in the shoe right now. I don't care about the
Let's just keep watching. Let's just keep watching. I don't want to.
future or whatever of the blood that is coming.
are you saying you're a murderer?
I'm not a murderer. I am concerned about my life.
I know a woman that early scan, that's by 3-4 months, they already told her, oh, this child is going to come out limbless. What would you advise that woman to do?
So are you saying that children that have special needs should...
I'll advise her to get rid of it. The fuck you mean? I'm gonna give birth to a potato. What the fuck? Get rid of that shit. I don't give a fuck. Get rid of on so many levels. It's gonna be a horrible life for the kid. Quality of life is already severely diminished for that child. For you, your burden of care is going to multiply on a scale hitherto unseen or heard of. Because if you think it's expensive to take care of a child, it is going to be 10 times, if not 100 times more expensive to take care of a limbless child. You're crazy. And if you think being limbless is all they are going to be born with, you must be crazy. Being born limbless most likely means other congenital diseases and issues that the doctor is probably not, like you are not even thinking of. Everything from potentially causing heart issues, underdeveloped organs, like so many issues, so many. Please, if you do a scan and it turns out your baby is gonna be gunked up, get rid of the baby. Jesus.
not come to life because of their disability?
The child came out limbless.
Yes. On this one, I'll take the eugenics charge. But yes, I genuinely don't think it's fair. If I do a scan and a scan tells me my child is gonna come out with a fused, with his hip fused to his stomach. Get rid of it. I'll try again. That was definitely like, huh? If you go to a PlayStation, okay, I'm sorry that I'm comparing human beings to a physical product, but this is why I feel you should get rid of it when they are not even being, like, when they are not human beings or even beings in the first place. Because if I go to a game store, for example, buy a game CD, and I get home and the game CD is fucked, I'm not now gonna sit down there and be like, oh, I'm just gonna manage it. I can only, I don't have a choice in this. No, nigga, I'll take it back to your shop and I'll tell you, you give me a damaged CD. I want my money back, or I want you to give me another copy of the CD that's not defective. Those are the two options. And in terms of this conversation, those two options boil down to abortion. Get rid of the baby. What the fuck are we talking about?
My name is Mary. I'm a pro-life advocate, and I'm here to debate 20 pro-choice advocates.
Of course, the girl named Mary is a pro-life advocate. Why am I not surprised? I'm just joking. I mean, I'm not joking, but yeah. Let's go.
My first claim is your body is not your choice.
Thank you very much. If you want to debate that, put your hands up.
The lady with glasses, yes.
Your body is definitely your choice. Before she even starts talking, your body is definitely your choice. Now, does it mean there are no consequences, whether legally, biologically, physically, maybe even spiritually, for the choices you make? There are, but that it's somehow taken away from you under any circumstance? That's not true. Your choice is your body is your choice. You make that choice, but making that choice also means bearing the consequences that come attached to making that choice.
Your body is your choice. Why do I say so? Because we're all individuals. I know probably you'll say due to religion, but if you don't mind me asking, why do you say that our body is not our choice?
Okay, so I said your body is not your choice, especially when it comes to do with human life. There's a saying that don't drink and drive. You can drink and drive if you want, but because it's going to affect lots of the implication behind you drinking and driving. So at that point in time, your choice is invalid.
Drinking and driving is not exactly a valid point with this your body, your choice, because everybody knows the consequences of drinking and driving. So that means you can
agree with me now that your body is not your choice when it comes with implication.
When it comes with implications, I would definitely say that being pro-choice is different from what you just said, because being pro-choice has three.
That's a rubbish point, and it's not a saying. Don't drink and drive is the summary of a legal law that exists. There's a law that prohibits people from drinking and driving, and how does it enforce that prohibition? By making sure it outlines the consequences of what will happen to you if you are caught driving or operating a vehicle under the influence. So it's not a saying, it's literally a law. Okay, don't make it sound like as if it's a saying. No, it's a law. And the law just says don't drink and drive. If you do, this is what will happen to you, and then proceeds to list all the things that will happen to you. Does not take away your ability to make a choice. It doesn't. Policemen are not actively out here going to parties and then making sure everybody that comes out of the party and gets into the driver's seat is a designated driver. No, they will just stop you if they see you driving suspiciously, and then proceed to do you a breathalyzer if they smell something in the car or your breath. And then if you're driving under the influence, which the law has already prohibited, you get a fine or you get arrested. And God forbid, in a worst case scenario, you're in an accident. It reminds me of this show, Midnight Mass, that I watched a while back. I rewatched it recently with my siblings. The beginning of the show, The guy is in a fatal car crash, kills everybody. Like, he survives, but he kills everybody in the other vehicle that he crashes with, right? And gets sentenced to prison for on manslaughter charges, which is one of the punishments. He gets sentenced to prison on manslaughter charges because it was found that he was driving drunk, right? So in that case, he's still the one that made the choice. Nobody stopped him from making that choice, but when he made the choice, he had to live with the ramifications of the choice he made, which was spending a good chunk of his life in prison. So, and then coming out and suffering the consequences of going to prison. It's not. It's not a valid point at all. That's like somebody coming up to ask you, why is blood red? And then you say, well, the sky is blue because when the light from the sun bounces on the water molecules in the clouds, they spread out, and then they want shut up, man.
Different things in medical.
Okay.
And that's what exactly we're arguing. We're arguing the abortion side, assisted suicide, as well as the euthanasia part of it. And I'll definitely say that with women and as human beings, our body is definitely our choice. But when it comes to certain things, like what you just said, that is not exactly a choice that people have to make because it is a thing that has to be done.
Okay, I'll say that when it comes to abortion also, I would say your body is not your choice because, first of all, abortion involves two lives, the mother's life and the baby's life, right? And that baby is vulnerable. They cannot make choices. So you cannot make choices on people's behalf, right? That is why I said your body is not your choice. At that point in time, you cannot make decision for the vulnerable person because they can't defend themselves. They can't say they don't want to come to life. So it is left for them.
No. I'm sorry. I need to bring my voice down. No. Depending on the stage of the pregnancy, the baby is not even considered a living being yet. And that's first statement I'm addressing. So, and most women, when they are getting an abortion, it's usually within that stage of pregnancy where the fetus or the zygote is not even considered a living being yet. So that's my first response to that part. The second part, which you mentioned, which was you can't make choice on behalf of another being because they are vulnerable. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you think parents do for their kids from the moment they come out to when they are like, I don't know, adults? So in most countries, 18. So you can't make a choice based on your point, I can't make a choice for my quote unquote baby. That's how you are describing it when it's in my stomach. But when it comes out, from when it comes out till it's 18, I am then now allowed to make a choice for it. Because I'm the one that will choose what it will wear. I'm the one that chooses what it will eat, where it will live, what time it's going to go to bed, wake up, the school it will go to, the languages it will speak. I partially influence his own way of reasoning and thinking. Teach it respect, teach it due diligence, responsibility. Please. Fail point. You failed all your points so far.
To decide, it's not you that would decide if your body is. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sorry, you've been voted out by the majority. Please keep your hands up if you want to debate this claim. Mary, please choose your next opponent.
That guy behind the air.
Thank you. State your points as fast as possible. You might be voted out in 1 minute.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
Mary.
My name is Mario. So now the reason why I asked you your name is because I believe in individuality. I believe that I need to know you to address you, to speak to you, to have a proper conversation with you. You saying my body is not my choice is, sorry to say, it's a very insensitive thing for you to say. I feel like every individual has rights to make choices about themselves without coercion from the government. You can't tell me that my body is not my choice. You know, now, when you want to donate blood, you know you have to do that willingly, right? Do you know you have to donate blood willingly?
State your points.
Okay, so sorry. So now you can't donate blood if you're not willing. You cannot give your organ out without consent. Somebody that is dead, you can't take organs from a dead person without prior consent. All I'm saying is consent matters. Your choice matters in every decision you take as individuals.
Okay, I'm not being dismissive of your choice matter. I'm not saying your choice does not matter. I'm saying that when it comes to some things, your choice does not matter.
Some things like what?
When it comes to a life, human life, are you telling me that you don't value human life? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying
So
being
what is your
pro-choice.
claim?
Sorry, chill. Being pro-choice doesn't mean I don't value human life or I dismiss
does
it.
it
I'm
now
really
mean?
saying, I'm talking about bodily autonomy. I'm saying every individual has every right to say what happens to their body.
I value human life. I value human life, but abortion is not about valuing human life. Abortion, if you want me to be pragmatic, boils down, and it's simple. It boils down to one thing, and in my opinion, one thing and one thing only: family planning. And family planning means it is the choice of the woman, number one, and her family as a unit, if she decides to bring that choice up to the if she decides to bring the family in on making that choice. What do I mean by that? If you get a girl pregos, it's her choice to keep this is my personal belief. If I get a girl pregos and I've had some pregnancy scares, it's my choice it's the girl's choice to have that baby or not. I'm the one who went in raw, or for whatever reason my protection did not work and now she has a baby. Right? I made the choice to have sex. The baby has come. The amount what that baby is going to do to her mentally, physically, biologically, I don't feel like I get to have a choice on whether I want to keep it or not. Can I give my opinion if it is asked for? I will. And especially with the stage I am in life now, I will tell you I'm not ready for a kid. But that's my opinion. The final decision whether to keep that baby or not keep that baby, rests with her. And because of she's also educated on family planning, she is most likely going to choose not to keep the baby. So why, for me, the whole abortion thing is this: if your government or these pro-life people are not willing to also support policies, that means when these kids come out, their education is subsidized or taken care of, their feeding is subsidized or taken care of, through everything from childcare, so that the parents can still go back to work, or free school, that's free high school, free primary, secondary school and university, so that they can actually get educated without being an extra burden on the parents, subsidizing the cost of raising these kids, like what they do in Canada with the child tax benefits for people below a certain income range. I don't think it's fair for you to then take away someone's ability to be able to plan a family simply because you are operating on a false reasoning that a baby in a woman's operating on the false reason that a woman does not have the right to decide what to do when it comes to her body. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Let me explain what pregnancy is. And it's so sad because you're a babe. I did not expect this from you. Because your body, when you carry a child, you're housing that child.
Yeah.
Pregnancy takes a toll on the mother. We're not even talking about normal.
I understand that pregnancy takes a toll, and that's what I'm advocating for. You can support pregnant women. There are a lot of programs that people do to support these people mentally, emotional programs and all of that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
so that's what I'm saying, that you don't get what I'm saying.
I don't get.
So what I'm saying in essence is that when it comes to taking a life or protecting a life, your body is not your choice.
But you know that not all pregnancies are wanted, right? I'm talking about rape cases. I'm talking about incest.
Okay. Yeah.
And you do not expect, I would know, you cannot be that wicked to tell somebody to harbor such child, especially with consequence of such unfortunate acts that before that person.
I get that. Concerning rape, I know is a very, very sensitive topic. Nobody wants to be raped, right? It has emotional damages, psychological damages. I understand understand that, right? So I'm not being dismissive when it comes to rape, but what I'm saying is that the child should not suffer for what has happened.
You can't control
The
the
child
reaction
should
of the
not
mother.
suffer for what has happened. Rape offenders should be punished.
The judge, what? What the fuck? You know what? You know what? You know what? I need to calm down. It's just a reaction video.
Yeah, they should be
Clear.
jailed, but the child is innocent. You cannot.
Sorry, you've been voted out by the majority. Please head back to your seat. Keep your hands up if you want to debate this claim. Mary, pick your next opponent.
Okay. Rape offender should be punished, rape offender should be jailed. But the woman who is going to have her body physically go through a metamorphosis to carry the baby that she didn't plan for, she didn't consent to the act, was literally violated, and is currently suffering from the mental and emotional consequences of being raped, should still carry the baby of this unwanted act to term simply because you don't want a thing. Whatever, man. I'm done.
The lady in glasses at the back.
I'm done.
Yeah, you.
Hi.
Hello.
So you said my body is not my choice, and you believe that claim. I'm trying to see where that claim is coming from. So if it's not mine, is it yours? Is it the government?
Where are you going to exactly?
Either way.
State your claim. I want you to arrive at your point.
All right, it's okay. You also said something previously that if that choice is going to lead to implications, then it is no longer a valid choice. But then now, assuming I have a baby and that baby is going to affect me mentally, or the way I got that baby is through a sort of trauma, whether rape or incest, are you not thinking about the implications on my own life rather than on the baby's life? So if you are saying the choice is invalid because it's affecting the baby, why are you not thinking that the choice is also invalid if it's affecting my own life?
Okay, so I'm saying that... Okay, so I'm saying your body is not your choice to make when it comes to things like that.
Or does my own life not matter? You are so pro-life that my own life doesn't matter.
And I'm not going to sit here things like protecting life. And I'm not going to sit here to dismiss rape cases because I know that there are a lot of rape cases. Once they catch you as a rapist, you should be punished for that because it's a punishable offense.
Right.
Yes.
And I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to dismiss that it can be traumatic and everything, but I'm just saying that when it comes to human life, what if you want to abort a child and you have implications?
Okay, then I should choose to make that choice based on those implications.
No.
I should not think about the baby in this case. It should be because of my own life and not because of the baby. And if I still want to make that choice regardless of the implications, then I should be allowed to.
No, I don't think so. I don't agree with you.
I also don't agree with you.
I just feel like all life should be protected at all costs.
But you're not thinking of my own life?
I'm thinking about your life too.
Please, you're voted out by the majority. Thank you very much. Please head back to your seat. Keep your hands up if you want to debate. Please pick your next speaker.
Hello.
Please, let's stick to the prompt and let's attack the prompt.
Sorry, before you proceed, not to sound very insensitive, right? I feel like you people are just repeating points because a lot of people have mentioned rape cases, incest. I know that is a very, very sensitive topic. There are several points, so you can say several things aside using rape and incest. Do you get?
All right. Okay, if that's what you want, we're going to stay away from rape. There's something I want to talk about. You mentioned systems that people bring up to support pregnant women, right? Yeah. And I know you want to leverage on orphanages and all. What can you?
I'm not leveraging on.
Can you expatiate on that? What are these support systems that you know exist in Nigeria now that is actually helping women who have cases of unwanted, like what's the effect? How helpful are they in society?
So if you're familiar with Secretariat Alausa, you would know that there is a ministry called Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation.
Okay.
So anything that has to do with women, whether it's poverty alleviation, whether through their pregnancy life, anything at all, you can go there.
But the
and-
poverty rate of Nigeria is still at a very, very high standard.
So-
I want to finish. Sorry.
Okay.
Nigeria is not
You know
over.
for a fact.
Yes,
You
that
know for a fact,
Nigeria,
no way.
we are in poverty right now. We are
What do you mean you know for a fact? This is a well-known thing. Nigeria's poverty rate is disgustingly high. What do you mean?
Are you saying
Can
that?
I finish?
Yeah, wait, you would speak. Are you saying that because you are in poverty, you should terminate a child?
I'm saying
But when you
Yes. If you cannot financially take care of the kid, why you what? Nigga, where do you think the kid's food is gonna come from? Where do you think I'm gonna buy?
you know you are
let me
when you
answer
know you
the
are poor, why are you
question.
having sex? When you know you are poor, you can't afford to bring a child to this world. Why are you having sex?
Okay.
There's something.
She said she's basically saying if you're a brokey and a wedgie, you don't deserve pussy. Broke boys don't deserve pussy. That's what she's saying. Well, and in this case, broke girls don't deserve dick too. I love that. That's some city girl logic. That's some city girl logic. I love it.
Called abstinence.
You're not allowing me to
Sorry,
talk.
state
They're
your
not
claim.
allowing me to talk.
Okay,
Number
state your
one,
claim.
the support systems are not good enough. Fact check me if you want. But children who are in orphanage homes, they have higher risk of abuse, higher risk of being trafficked. They come out with
Please present
Can I
your
finish?
statistics.
Can I
No, you can finish when
Can
you are
I
backing your
finish?
claim up with
Can I
statistics.
finish?
If you're not backing
They
it
are at
up,
a higher- you're not allowing me to
okay,
talk.
you can talk.
They are at a higher risk of mental disorders like
No way. Stop, lady. Stop. She is giving I support Trump. That's what she's giving.
depression. They always come out suicidal. So you cannot say that the life.
Same with children that grew up in a normal home.
I allowed you speak, ma'am. Thank
Finish.
you very much. You cannot say you are protecting life that has not come out. When was the last time you actually went into the slum to save children, to actually help them? Even if you have done that, you need to value human life that are actually in the streets, who are hungry, who are dying every day, than the ones that actually haven't come out. Now this is a fetus, right?
You are being insensitive right now.
You're also being insensitive.
To be fair, you are being insensitive
the
right now.
resources that we have in the nation right now is not even enough to carry the children who are out there. And you are talking about.
I like this shorty. I thought she was gonna be a pushover, but she's cute, she's well dressed, and she's stepping on necks. She's stepping on necks, niggas. She's stepping on necks. I love it. I'll let her do the shouting for me.
About the fetus who doesn't even have feelings. Can I
No,
finish?
no, I have
Can
to talk. I have to
finish?
talk at this time.
Can
No.
I allowed you talk.
No, you can't talk. I
allowed
have to.
you.
Let me
You
quickly.
need to
Let
me
me
finish. You
quickly.
need
No.
to let me
No. So what I'm
finish.
saying is
this
that
conversation is not going any.
Yes, that should always be the aim of every conversation, to hope that you reach some sort of middle ground. Not really here to try and make you change your mind. I'm just hoping that you can now maybe get a better perspective of what the other side really thinks.
Anyway, guys, can we agree? She needs to let me talk.
okay, talk.
Thank you very much. And I'll appreciate if you can listen to me.
I'm listening
We're not
to
here
you.
to argue.
I'm
the
not
aim at
arguing
the
with
end
you.
of
It's
the
to
day
state your
is to
claim,
come
yeah.
at a reasonable middle ground.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're
here
right.
to convince you to join me.
And I'm
now,
also not here to
pro-choice
convince you
doesn't
to
mean
join me.
I am anti-life. It means I care so much about the life that actually exists, and I care about the women who are forced to carry these children. Now, you said something about abstinence. Okay, fine. People have always been having sex. People still have sex, and you cannot stop it. The only thing that you can do is share awareness and educate people enough to make informed choices. If you want to criminalize abortion, people are just going to get creative. They are just going to take unsafe practices, and this is killing it. Can I finish?
Yeah,
This is even
finish.
going to kill even more people who are actually alive, as opposed to the people that are not even
Yep.
in existence. We are fighting for.
It's the same thing that happened when during prohibition they tried to criminalize drinking. It only made it so now that the alcohol was no longer regulated, it was way more potent. That's where do you think moonshine came from? pretty much pure ethanol. Everywhere else, like, you try to criminalize it, it's only gonna make people find creative is a weird word to use, but it's only going to make people find creative ways to do the things that they feel they need to do.
The lives that are literally not born. Now, you said we should not talk about rape. I'm still not going to get there, right?
Don't get there.
Now, do you know that even the orphanage homes that we have today, they are not reliable? Have you heard of baby factories? These women are being exploited every day just because abortion is not because it is still illegal.
Yes, thank you for saying that point. I know that a child can come through various means. It can be through rape, can be through incest and all of that.
You said we should not go there.
I'm not being insensitive about that.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is that, as a person, you want to bear a child. You already know. You know
what
the implication.
I had unprotected sex with my boyfriend.
That is why there are drugs that you can use.
Do you know the effect? Wait, guys.
That is not pro-choice. No. That is not pro-choice.
Are you talking about
there are also ways to prevent pregnancy.
Can I ask you? Okay,
there are also ways to you can use a condom.
Okay, condom.
You can use a condom to protect pregnancy.
Right?
After pills, yes.
When last was the time that you checked the effects of after pills? As a woman, have you ever thought about vasectomy for men? But we always bring it on women preventing the pregnancies. Do you know the effects of after pills on women? It messes up your cycle. I know a lot of women who have
hormonal imbalance based on. Yeah, I get you. I understand your point.
Cancer,
so I'm not saying that it should be on the women also.
So what
I'm saying that it should be both ways. As a woman, you cannot impregnate yourself.
Yes.
It is a guy that would impregnate you when the egg fertilizes and everything. So I'm saying that both of you should take conscious effort. Abortion is murder. Both of you should take conscious effort.
What if a man deceives me and impregnates me? So the man has the power to change my entire life. Are you saying you're
gullible?
Wait,
is that what you're saying?
Hold on, you have a vagina,
no,
right?
I believe you're a woman,
right?
Yeah.
If a man impregnates you after you had agreement, what are you going to do? Let's say after a while you do not realize that you are pregnant. There are women who literally have their periods.
I would carry it.
You will carry the child. So the man has the power to change your entire life.
The child should not suffer.
No child is suffering because the child is not born.
You would still abort and abort until you have nothing else for you to abort. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So abortion is murder. I'm still standing on my claim.
Okay, fine. You want to avoid the issue of rape, but at the end of the day, this thing happens every day to women, and it is very insensitive of you to sideline their situation.
I'm not sidelining their situation. No. I will not sit here and I'm not sidelining their situation.
Then why do you not want to
I'm
talk
saying
about
that people that have been raped, their life matters, and they should be protected at all costs.
Let us talk about it. What are the protections that you think are going to be put in place for these women who are raped? As long as a woman or a girl already menstruates, she can get pregnant. Girls have their periods as early as the age of 8. So a girl who is 8 years old, who is most likely going to be impregnated and raped by the people around her, if in case you don't know, a woman is most likely going to be abused, harassed, and even killed by the people around her, including her father, including her husband, including her cousin, including her brother. So what are you going to say? Because of a man's irresponsibility.
What I'm saying, no.
Because of a man's
what I'm saying, no, you cannot finish. What I'm saying is that you're not giving me time to talk. What I'm saying is that everybody should be protected at all costs.
If you're forcing her to have the child, that is not protection.
It is not force. I'm not forcing her to have the child.
She wants to have power over her own life. Her having a child changes her life entirely.
And I understand that. No, I don't have a child. Do you have a child?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I know what it means.
I like me some Titilayo energy. Step on her neck. Step on her neck. Don't let go. Don't let go. She doesn't need to breathe.
I also know what it means to bear a child. Yeah.
If you have a child today, you might think there are things that you can do. But trust me, not everybody has the opportunity of healing. Not everybody has the opportunity of support. There are people hungry who have not fed themselves. And you're trying to say if someone rapes them and impregnates them,
I'm not saying
to carry the child.
God.
That's very, very wrong of you to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, on the next.
If I had known, me and my sister and my brother would have gone on this episode. This Mary girl, by the time we are done with her, you know I'm the son of a lawyer. By the time I'm done with you, I will give you logical argument. I'll just come. see, as I keep reminding myself to calm down, I'm in front of you like I'm gonna be chill, daddy. Yo. I give you point one, point two, point three, and then you are still struggling with point one. Then I hit you with 4, 5, and 6, and then you are just getting to point two, and you didn't even resolve point one. You will know say, nah, titilayo. Hey, she ate. I want to wrap up this video, but I've watched the whole thing, pretty much the whole video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say two or three main topics. One, she does make some good points. Her point in the second, and this is my issue with having debates like this, is it tends to make an extremist out of people. I don't believe any conversation is beneficial when you focus on the extremes of it. I really don't. But with that being said, she made a point, which is abortion. I think Mary's problem is she has picked a position where she feels, especially because she's in a room with 20 people who are opposing her, she feels she cannot give an inch, right? Which is kind of ironic, seeing as at the beginning of this same debate, she also claimed she agreed with one of her opposing debaters that the point is to hopefully reach a middle ground. But it seems she can't even give an inch. Her point in the second part is abortion ends a life that can never be replaced. And they asked her a question that basically tantamounted to, if getting rid of the baby means saving the life of the mother, which also cannot be replaced, what are you going to do in that situation? And Mary pretty much implicitly says, yes, if getting rid of the baby means saving the life of the mother, please go ahead and do it, because at the end of the day, she kept hammering on, you're saving a life, which is true. You are saving a life. For me, that's what pro-life should be. That's what pro-life is about. But in this world, I have noticed, especially with the onset of the internet and social media, it's very easy for us to be on the extremes about everything from ideology to reasoning, and Mary clearly does not want to let any of that perceived ground go. So on that point, I agree with her reasoning, which is, and for me, like I said earlier, you don't need to come and ask me. If the option is save my wife or save my baby, fuck that baby, save my wife. It's that simple. Only one life can be saved, and I want it to be my wife's life. Now, doesn't mean if the baby is the one who manages to survive, I won't. That's not even a question that needs to be asked. But whose life do I want to save? If I'm given the option, I'm saving my wife's life. So that's the first point, and I'm glad that she agrees with that. She agrees with it, but I hope you guys will go watch the video. You will see that she's reluctant to give that ground, so she doesn't come off as agreeing with she's the only one on her side. She doesn't come off as she's agreeing with 20 other people who are opposing her, which I guess could be an ego thing or whatever, but let that be that. The second point is abortion should remain illegal. Her point basically is, if you make abortion legal, it will mean everybody will go and start doing abortion, and I completely disagree with that. Abortion being legal or illegal, what really makes people not have to rely on abortion is the fact that they are preventing in the first place. Women are taking pills, men are using condoms or getting vasectomies. Women are taking pills and watching their cycles so they can know when they can have potentially unprotected sex. So I don't think making abortion legal or illegal is going to change any of this, because, like I said before, the issue with abortion is not about killing; it's about family planning. The importance of family planning does not now simply go away because you've made it safer. And I will address how making abortion legal makes it safer in a bit. So the importance of family planning does not make the legalization of abortion does not take away the importance that family planning has to play in the life of a woman or a young couple or a couple, whether it doesn't matter the age. But making abortion legal means, compared to when it's illegal, where, for example, in Nigeria, where it's illegal and you have to go to quote unquote abortion doctors to go get an abortion done, and a lot of times these girls end up taking pills that they don't know what the side effect or the effect is, because that doctor does not have access to their medical history, might not even know what dosage will be right for them, or if they need to stagger the procedure so that it doesn't cause any adverse side effects. I think abortion being illegal makes it so the women have no choice but to go through this on basically underground black market. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons why abortion is seen as unsafe in countries like Nigeria, because it leads to a decent amount of the time, I won't say most of the time, I think it's in the minority, but not in the minority like 10%. I think it's in the minority like 35% of women end up dying during the procedure, right? And even if you pull it back a bit, so we don't go as extreme as dying, a good chunk, 60 to 70% of them experience the process is extremely painful for them. Extremely painful. So I'm saying making it legal means you basically destroy and get rid of the black market and the underground market overnight. Now the women have access to trained medical doctors, right, who operate at an international standard and have full awareness of the patient's history, that's have medical history, and can know how to go about that process. Should they register should they initiate the process all at once? Know what kind of dosage. Does she need 10 milligrams? Does she need 500 milligrams? So that kind of, like, that's the logic I am going for. And but what you're saying, no, abortion being legal will still address the same thing it is addressing today while it is illegal. Because today, vasectomies are still failing, condoms still tear, people still forget to take their pills, or they are taking the pills and all of a sudden the pills are no longer doing what the pills are supposed to do, right? Or their period changes due to everything from environmental factors to stress from work, whatever. And then that calendar that they've been using to track all of a sudden becomes unreliable, right? Those things still happen today and lead to birth. But making abortion, because abortion is legal, 30 to 35% of them end up dying, and the remaining 60 to 70% is a very painful process. You make abortion legal, you most likely will reduce the people experiencing that pain down to 10%, and the death will probably reduce to less than 5%, from 30 to, so we are talking death rates decrease from 35 to 5%, and pain from almost 70 to 10%. Now you're talking, now this now leads back into point 2, because in point 2 Mary said as long as you're saving a life, it is okay. If you are really serious about that, then legalizing abortion is the only way. Legalizing and protecting that right is the only way, because if you really care about saving a life, you are not bothered about what choice the person has made. They are already at the abortion. They already have the baby. They already don't want it. They've already decided they are going to get the abortion. So are you going to let them go and get it illegally and potentially kill both the baby and the mother? Or are you going to let them get it legally and then still manage to save the mom's life? That's really what it boils down to for me. But I want you guys to please go to Cruise, watch this video, especially those of you who are Nigerians, whether you live in Nigeria or you live abroad. Watch this video. I want to really know what you guys think. Comment down when you watch the video, or even from here, because I'm going to attach sections of this video to play. I would have attached it throughout the video. Let me know what you think. What's your opinion? What do you think about abortion? What do you think about abortion in general? Are you a pro-lifer? Are you a pro-choice? And please make coherent arguments. Like, if you're going to come from a religion angle, make it a coherent argument. If you're going to come from that's as a pro-lifer, as a pro-choice, if you're going to come from a societal or economic or financial angle, make a coherent argument, because I'm going to read the comments and I'm really going to push back on you guys. I want to really know, like, what do we really think about this stuff? But that's pretty much going to be the video for today. So I want you guys to have a good time. Yeah, have a good time. Have a good day. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
New videos uploaded every week. So subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy the journey.
Yeah, me I no be plan to finesse at this war. All the characteristics of holy coco. The baby let me know say na money be coco. Why you wanna follow me to back on Monday? She na follow your Monday.